Good day, everyone. Okay, so I'm going to start by going over the Gala charts, and then we'll take a look at Bitcoin. But I think there's a lot to learn from this. I want to go over how I traded this up at resistance, because there's a few ways this could have been traded, and I went over this in the members group, but I actually ended up shorting up here 3 times, taking profits 3 times, and yeah, I think it's a really interesting example of how you might trade it. So in the members group, I just updated how I was trading this. So we initially had a push up, and we tapped a key level, and I actually ended up making a video in the educational video section going over this in live time, trading a level when it's tapped versus trading a sign of weakness. And I'm going to go over that here actually because I think it's really helpful. So I was just going over where you would TP off of a short like this, how you could enter at a sign of weakness, and then compound your position. So TP1, stop to entry, re-entering on the retracement. So you capture profit, you re-enter, and I'll go over that on the live chart, but just showing these different levels here. This is support. Then this time waiting for a sign of weakness, losing this high to short, still taking profits here again, shorting the retest of this level, which I'll go over, and then that's ultimately where we broke down from. Okay, so let's go over to the charts, and I'm going to go to the 5-minute. So we had this high time frame 786. That's just pulled from the last major pivot high to the major pivot low. This was on my chart from a live stream down here. So then what I said when we pushed up to it is I noted we're coming up to here. So you had to short this very quickly if you wanted to short it. And this would be just shorting the first reaction off a level. So we're talking, if we go to the 1-minute chart, I mean, there's a very quick reaction, just expecting something off this level, knowing you have this bigger ascending channel idea to protect a stop. But then saying you got to take profits really here, because what you're looking at is the sign of weakness would be to swing failure this level. So that means price moves above it and then loses it. And that would typically where you'd short first swing failure sign of weakness. But if you have a key level and you short the level, well, now this is your take profit because you don't have a sign of weakness yet. You've actually just broken out of this level and you've hit key resistance. So if you want, in this case, when you're trading this level, you need to be willing to take profits quickly. I think there's about 2.5% move down. So then when we were consolidating here, I said if I didn't short this and didn't take profits here, I would actually just be waiting for this level to be lost or for this level to be swing failure. Those would be the only 2 short entries I'd take. So if I didn't trade the level, I wouldn't get in this awkward place of shorting here. I'm waiting for this line to be lost or for a swing failure of the highs. So when price moved up above this high, I said, I just said I'm waiting for this level to be lost. So now I'm waiting for, let me go to this chart. And the reason I'm sharing this is because this is how you could trade all key levels. So now I said I'm waiting for this level to be lost. When it got lost and back tested, I said that's my short trigger. And as price came down, I usually take profits before the level, right? You don't want your take profit under it. I said I'm taking profit again off this position. So short, take profit. Short, take profit. But then on the retest, I'm pulling this local. This is the 1-minute chart, high to low, golden pocket. And that was my last short update. And I said I'm adding back to my shorts again at this retest of the channel. And this, I'm shorting the level. Because the difference is now we already have the rejection. And this retracement, for me, I'd short the level. So those are different situations where I'd short the level, take quick profits, wait for the level to be lost or reclaimed, or swing failured, the new high, and those would be my entry triggers, then the retest. So 3 shorts. Now, the third time this is tested, it's likely to break. So then we break it down, we get a retest of these lows, and then we carry on down, right? So this is how you're always looking for price action to progress. Levels to be claimed, key levels to be tapped, swing failured, levels to be lost, and those can be short triggers with tight invalidation. Now, just because this happens doesn't mean price can't just go up. It's just the odds are being put in your favor, right? So then as price came down, and the reason I'm going over this is I'm going to go over a trade I'm actually interested in here because it's the same concept, just over a higher time frame. Is as price was coming down and we swept these lows, I said, I'll just show that update. It wasn't a perfect quote-unquote prediction of price action, but I was just saying we're at a medium time frame golden pocket. We're sweeping these lows. You have two options here. You can either take profits and add on a retrace, or if you just want to try to hold the entire position as a swing position, that's fine, but you just know you're probably gonna have to hold it through a big relief rally. Like that should be the most, that's the most expected outcome here, is that we get a retest of the highs. So it makes sense to me probably to take profits. And I said not perfect prediction because we came a little lower, but ultimately this is the most anticipated price action. And so what's the idea here? Well, you get this nice short, you take some profits. Now as we push back up, we've now created a new golden pocket region from this high to this low. That's right here, which is also going to be a back test of this high for the swing failure. So you on a higher time frame, you swing failure this level, you lose it. You see we back tested it once here. We come down. We actually bounced off pretty much the 382 from the absolute low. There was a ton of levels here. You can see I actually had an alert set here because I was going to long it. I wasn't even looking at the chart. But it didn't quite come down to my alert because there was another golden pocket here and a 786. There's a lot of support ideas here. So I was actually in a long right here, but my alert didn't go off because it was front run by like a fraction of a percent. But anyways, so I'm waiting for price to push up into this region, probably sweep this high, but it doesn't really matter. This is a place where you would expect a reaction. This is a place where I would short the level and not really wait for a huge sign of weakness. Now, we don't know how price action will progress as we retest this level in this golden pocket, but there's always that chance that you consolidate here. And you could wait for something like a swing failure locally, where you sweep the highs, you wait for price to come back down below it, and then your stop is above this wick, wherever it comes up to. I mean, it could come up higher. Ultimately, if you're trading this level, your stop does need to be quite wide, I'd say. But anyways, there's a few ways to trade it. I would approach it exactly how I approach this personally, where I'm looking to maybe short the level, maybe take a quick take profit one if we get a reaction. Maybe we've consolidated, we sweep our local lows, and if we reclaim them, take profit one, look to add. If we swing failure these highs again, and then another retest, because this is very common price action. So anyways, ultimately targeting lower on Gala, which to me, it's sensible to target into the middle of this ascending channel, into all these key levels that I was referencing. And it's just fibs pulled from different pivots. So the 382 from here, 618 from this pivot, and then a 786 from this pivot. And it's just this impulse low, right? So we get a retracement and then a big impulse, and that's where I'm pulling from. And then ultimately down to the lows. So you probably take some more profits if this gets a rejection. Look to hold some of your position lower. Don't be surprised to see something like this. That's why we take profits. Maybe you can add again and go lower. And then if we do break out, well, you've taken profits and you put your stop loss to injury. So you just got some nice trades. That's sort of the name of the game. Yeah, so let's look at Bitcoin. Just coming into the top of this descending channel locally. I'd like to swing failure these lows. That'd be nice. But let's see. You know, this morning we had some really volatile price action. Let me take the extension off here. So from just its local high to local low, that's how this is pulled. It's just a 5-minute chart fib. You can see we got this big volatile push up, move down, push up, move down, and now we've broken out of this golden pocket and we're into this ascending channel. Ultimately, I'm just still waiting for lower or higher. I'd recommend watching my last Bitcoin video. I don't have a lot of this analysis turned on right now. It's a little messy. I went through Bitcoin pretty in depth. Okay, so I would just watch that last video. Right now, just being patient for nice levels. But hope you all are doing well, and hopefully that video on Gala was helpful, because that's the type of things you would look for most of the time when you're looking to trade key levels and how to enter into those positions. All right, talk to you guys later.